Hey everyone, it's time for another goals check-in. It's the last one for the year and I didn't do so well. Q3, I didn't really write down what I wanted to do properly, so I didn't really pay that much attention to it. But let's look at the details. Reading-wise, I'm still doing amazing. Currently, I have read 78 books, which means I have surpassed my reading goal of 70 books for the year already. Yay me! Totally. What I didn't do is read all the books in my TBR. Yes, of course I didn't do that. We didn't expect that, did we? But I still have 4 books that I bought in 2018 or earlier on there. And even though my TBR is at 18 currently, I do want to have those 4 books gone by the end of the year. I'm currently working my way through the 5th that was still in there, which is the last book in the Dark Tower series, and I'm going to be really happy when I have finished that, because that also pertains to the goal of finishing series, which I completely forgot about in the last quarter. I don't even remember if I continued series. Probably not. I don't know. See, I'm not well at writing things down currently. Probably because a lot of other things have gone wrong in life. Not wrong, but taken over. So anyways, TBR-wise, doing fine. Can still manage. It's about 1,500 pages. It's doable. I just need to pick up the books. Other goals. Yeah, there were vague goals. Let's start with the daily walks. I counted. I missed 13 days all year, counting either running or walking on a daily basis, which is not bad. But when you consider that most of these 13 days were either in October or this last quarter, that's also not good. I mentioned before that I'm getting tired of the daily walk, so getting back into running, more about that in a second, is helping because I can either run or go on a walk. That helps. Running-wise was one goal to get better and keep up the regular running, and I did that. I can say I'm getting back into running and running more regularly. So that has been working out very well. Yay me, totally yay me. I've been out of running for ages and I've been slowly improving my running, and I think the daily walks helped. But that's also a time-consuming thing, so I don't know. Anyways, running is doing great. So for the rest of the year, I want to continue with the running and the walking, trying to do for either one of both on a daily basis again. And I do want to run at least once a week a 10K run. Usually it's going to be on the weekend because it takes me longer to run and I don't find the time during the week. But for one 10K run a week, that's the main goal for the rest of the year. Another exercise goal I had was to implement going to a gym class regularly. And I did that for a while. I really enjoy the class I chose. It's a functional training class. It's good for your muscles and core muscles and basically building up strength without building up a lot of muscle. That's not the core goal, but just toning and just feeling a little bit stronger. And that worked really well for a while. But then I went on vacation and now I'm so busy with work that I haven't had the time to go to that class. The problem with gym classes is they're fixed. You need to be there at a certain point of time, and I'm not actually good at that anymore. The goal for the rest of the year is to get into that class again and try to make it happen, despite work. Another vague goal I had for the quarter was reclaiming my evenings. I wanted to read more and do other things than just collapse on the couch. I mentioned that I reduced hours and that I don't have to work 8 hours in a day anymore, but around about 7 hours, and that already helped. So in July and August, I really noticed that I left work earlier and it was still sunny, so I went for a nice long walk and then I went somewhere, got something to eat, and it was reading. So on that side, I was doing really well. Until I went on vacation, and after that I couldn't find the time back to get into that because I've been working long hours, so I didn't really get out of work early. I've been doing overtime and coming home collapsing on the couch. So Admittedly, summers are my best months, when I have the most energy and I'm most excited to be outdoors, and I tend to read more outdoors than indoors. Sticking with the goal of reclaiming my evening, I want to rephrase it for the last quarter of the year. I want to find a working evening routine, an evening routine that includes reading as well as those dreaded Skillshare courses. I must admit, I logged onto Skillshare and I did one class. So I managed to do that, but I still haven't figured out how to properly implement that into my daily or general routine. So even if I don't do this evening routine every evening, I want to establish something when I don't have any plans for the evening that I can fall back onto this evening routine, which hopefully includes an hour of reading somewhere, either outside with dinner or just here at home, that I sit down and read and don't get distracted. And I also want to try and implement a regular Skillshare class in the evenings. I know I've been trying to do that the whole year, but I think I need to start doing that to really figure out if I can turn that into a habit or something that is long-term instead of just short-term trying. I also thought about trying to get meditation into an evening routine. I can't find the time in the mornings anymore. So ever since I kicked it out of my morning routine, I haven't found a way back into meditation. I don't find the time in the mornings, but maybe I can do it in the evenings. I noticed that I kind of like falling asleep to a guided meditation. The downside of that is that my phone is in my bedroom, and I don't really want to have that. On one side, I think I sleep better when the phone isn't in my bedroom, and on the other side is I don't get my phone and scroll through it in the morning. But the meditation in an evening routine, I'm trying to see and play around with that, see if I can make that work. So the focus is on an evening routine instead of reclaiming my evening, however vague that was. Something else I wanted to improve upon again last quarter was preparing proper lunches. Yeah, that didn't happen. Not really. I was leaving earlier, so I had earlier dinners, and it didn't matter so much that I didn't have lunches, because I had better dinners than I normally have if I have a proper lunch. But still, it's not the best. So I need to try to find ways of getting back into preparing proper lunches on a regular basis. Not every day. I'd be happy if I can do every other day, but I really am not in the mood to cook. That's the worst part. So to summarize, quarter 3, I don't think I really worked on my goals. I had them in the back of my mind, but I wasn't actively thinking about them and working at them. So for quarter 4, trying to read those books I bought long ago, trying to go on a daily walk or run, also with the run, 1 10K run per week, and then starting a proper evening routine, including reading, learning on Skillshare or whatever, and meditation before I collapse with chocolate on the couch and watch something. I will still want to do that, so that's part of the evening routine, but it shouldn't take away from the rest. Did I forget something? Probably. Anyways, this video is long enough. Let's talk about goals, and it's the last stretch of the year for me. Quarter 4 is the hardest part of the year because it gets dark early, it's cold and unfriendly all the time, and I'm not a person for that. I'm a summer person, definitely. I function on sun. If there is no sun, I don't work that well. So let's talk in comments. How are you doing with your goals? Are you noticing that by the end of the year you keep forgetting about them? That's always what happens to me. I thought quarterly goals would fix that, but apparently not. But let's talk goals and our last stretch of the year, how we get through this. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.